SkyMasters, come on in, man. We're going to sit down and just get a little personal and just talk today. I want to talk about something that seems to be plaguing, well, we're going to talk about it in the gaming industry between pretty much No Man's Sky and Starfield, because that's where my channel hashtag lies.
But
This can be applied to just about any topic on the internet and on YouTube that has
influencers
that pretty much control and groom the masses. Now listen, these people should probably just stick to just gaming. They should stick to tutorials and things like that. If you have a console and you play games and you have a YouTube channel, I mean, I guess you can have an opinion and stuff like that. It's just when these people start getting
technical
on the technical side, okay? It's when you want to start being a heart surgeon, I call this. Because you use a med kit in Call of Duty, does it make you a heart surgeon? All right? You shouldn't be out there performing open heart surgery and having your fans and everybody bleeding out. I mean, most of these people don't know what the hell they're doing, and that's the problem. You got, I call this an elephant mouth with butterfly knowledge. So these people own a console, they play games, and all of a sudden, they are developers. They want to start talking about how developing is. And since we see space simulators that we should be able to do perfect real space physics
in every game,
and since we've seen a game that had real water physics, then that real water physics
should be in every game.
And since No Man's Sky is procedurally generated, then that should be seamless in
every single game.
We should be able to put Call of Duty, Space Engine, No Man's Sky, Starfield, Star Citizen, Mario Brothers, and everything
into one game.
Because I've seen it all.
Why isn't it out there?
And you're not a heart surgeon.
Play the game and stick to doing tutorials, okay? You guys don't even understand your own hardware. I just saw I saw three No Man's Sky people streaming earlier. One was talking about his AMD card, convincing everybody why they should get AMD cards. And it's funny because one of his main problems was rendering videos. And I was trying to, I'm trying to tell him that, that the rendering is probably my NVIDIA's render better than my AMD's. I own them both. I'm not a fanboy. I just think AMD is cheap gaming gear. If you want to game for cheap and that's all you want to do, boom. AMD's your fucking solve your problem. If you're more into developing and you want to create some stuff, you need to pay a little bit more for those CUDAs and get a little bit more out of your card. It's not worth it to you if you don't do that. So for the people that it's worth it to, then it's worth it to them.
And that's it. That settles the whole debate. It says it's some for this, some for that. Potato, tomato, tomato.
But he's out there convincing people that since Starfield has a upscale for AMD, then that he made the better choice. And that's a really shit reason for explaining why to everybody that why they should go grab an AMD card. It's cheaper, but his main issue was that he wanted to be able to render really quickly. And I think that he probably would have been better. I think that the software, acceleration software seems to be working better for the NVIDIA side. Now, we could argue this, and I might be wrong because I'm not a AMD NVIDIA specialist.
Heart surgeon.
But from my experiences, my NVIDIA cards, even at a lower spec, will render faster in Power Director, Filmora, all of them, dude, than the one at work, my 7800 AMD. So, with that being said, I mean, that's where I'm basing this off of. So that's just another small example of somebody having an elephant mouth and butterfly knowledge and convincing people and influencing them to do something for the wrong reasons. And, well, man, we just have a slew of that. It's just out there. It's out there like crazy. I see the same thing happening all over. It happened in No Man's Sky. Let's talk about No Man's Sky's beginning. Great engine, well ahead of its time. I feel like Sean Murray, it's like the
Area 51 of games.
I feel like Sean Murray stumbled across some alien technology. He doesn't even quite sure what the fuck he has, and he's been reverse engineering this code for the last 7 years and watering it down. That's my joke, but all asides, the game engine was well ahead of its time. It was way under spec, so when it came out, nobody could run it. He had to dumb it down. He had to set the terrain and the biomes way back, and then start worrying about Fortnite skins, and then watering it down for all the Fortnite fucking crybabies who came out and influenced him to take the game
into a shitty direction.
Instead of working on biomes and terrain and making it an exploration game that everybody wanted.
So,
You guys are at fault for why No Man's Sky didn't go into the realm of what it should be. It fell back and started looking backwards and ported over to,
Switches and shit probably coming out on the Game Boy soon here.
Now let's talk about Starfield coming out. They took the different approach. They kind of dumbed it down in the beginning. They made sure that everything was working. I haven't seen a patch come out yet. Is it just me? Come on and say something in the comments. Have they had a patch yet, or did they just put out a game that's been running solidly for 2 weeks? I haven't seen it crash. Unless I started playing with the console cheats. I have heard some other people say that it has crashed. So, not to say that it doesn't crash, but that could be all kinds of hardware issues too. If you're running on a potato, then you might be having some issues. I've been hearing some people going, well, I can't believe I can't play it. It's not optimized for my HDD. It's a 100 gig game, man. You want this game to constantly be reading off your HDD?
this is where people don't understand how things work, and they just want to sit there and run out the mouth.
It's just crazy to listen to. It's hard to watch these people. They do this. They're bottom feeders at the very bottom, feeding on the bottom. They can't swim to the top. They're getting all the leftovers down here. And they want to convince you of why the shit tastes bad down here. What you need to do is go get yourself a good PC, go get on some Unreal Engine, and go see what is at the top. Because if you want all that crazy real water physics and all those graphics, you're going to have to push your limits, man, and go get it. I mean, they've got demos and stuff like that. You don't have to be a developer to go way into it. You just got to go dig into that side of it. And until 10 years from now, you're not going to get all these games all put into one because, we just can't have... We can't have a Skyrim and a Call of Duty and Space Engineer and real space physics and real water with real gun physics with seamless transitions like No Man's Sky all wrapped into one right now. It's an unfeasible request. It doesn't happen. So, I'm here to tell you, do your own research, be your own person. Play the game or not, play it on Xbox, Game Pass, or whatever. Wait for it to get on sale if you want to. Wait for the mods to come out and do it. I like space games. I don't give a hell about it. If you're playing the game right now and you hate it and you're bitching on every single channel, you know what?
They give refunds. You don't have to victimize yourself. You can just get the refund for the game and go buy a game that you do like, or wait for something, or maybe go to a hobby store or order something cool. Go order some rocket stuff and go build something outside and make a YouTube video about it.
And then join a group and be somewhere where you can talk positive about it. Instead of forcing yourself to be a victim, playing through a game that you hate, and getting on the channels. Is that your thing? Do you just like to get on things and hate it? That's kind of crazy. I think that some of you guys do. I think it's just like part of the main thing of this was just getting on and hating, but the one guy was like, well, I already paid it for it, might as well play it. I was like, well, you could. I mean, Steam gives refunds easy. I've refunded several games that I didn't like, and I didn't go over to the sites and piss on it. I just didn't like the game. It wasn't my thing. It's not my style. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, opinions are like assholes. We all have one. We don't need everybody going out there and telling everybody about it. And most of these people are med kit users, bottom feeders. They're trying to convince you otherwise. Be your own person, man. I ain't here to influence you. I'm just telling you, be a smart consumer, and don't let other people tell you what to do. Don't drink downstream from the herd. And more importantly, call somebody up, tell them you love them. I'll see you on the next video.